Hey guys, it's me, Kubilagel, and this is the last video we're gonna do today, and we're gonna review The Snowman. So this book is essentially a Christmas book. I don't know if this is really a Christmas book. It kind of is. It kind of not, because this book doesn't take place in Christmas, and a lot of YouTubers do a video on this every Christmas, and so you know what? Maybe it's a Christmas book, but for me, I don't really consider it a Christmas book. I just kind of consider it as like a whatever type of book. Just saying. I mean, sorry for saying that word. Yeah. So what's this book about? So we're a character named Jacqueline, who lost her mother when she was 5 years old. Her dad disappeared. We don't know what happened to her dad till the very end of the book, and they're pretty much Jacqueline and her aunt Greta are moving there to the Arctic Circle, and it's a place called Sherpia. It's in the Arctic Circle. It's a tiny village. And in Sherpia, there is no movie theaters, no malls, no nothing. Plus, there's something really odd about the village, and there's snowmen around there. Oh yeah, half the what I just said is actually in the plot at the back of the book. So yeah, I was just reading half of it. So they keep seeing snowmen everywhere where they go, and right here's what it says in the back. At night, there are strange howling snow noises, and in front of every house there's a snowman, a creepy snowman with his red scarf, a deep scar on his face, and a really evil smile. Ugh. Yeah, I know David Popofish. I think he said that he didn't like this cover, but for me, I really like this cover. I think he said he didn't like this cover, but for me, I really like this one. And it's in the book. There's actually this rhyme that Jacqueline keeps listening to. It's called when the snows blow wild, the day grows old. The word is snowman, my child. The word is snowman. He brings the cold. That's the rhyme that her mother actually rhymed to Jacqueline when she's a young girl. Nothing really like it's not really that important. I think that's not really important. But yeah, just what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, in the book there's actually a Star Wars reference. Everyone says it's cheesy. Monster Bud hates the Star Wars reference. He also says it's cheesy. And Michael thought I forgot what you said about the cheesy Star Wars part. But for me, it's okay, I guess. I actually never watched Star Wars yet, but I already know it's a Star Wars reference because of those guys, what they said about the part. You know where the snowman says, okay, I'll spoil this part and skip to the timestamp 2:51. So essentially, Jacqueline finds the snowman and he's like, I'm your father, which is kind of like what Darth Vader said to Luke. I bet you're wondering, how do you know these scenes if you haven't watched Star Wars? YouTubers keep on mentioning it, so I'll just mention it anyways. So yeah, and the whole book in the first half is actually pretty well written. I actually like the first half. It's kind of creepy at times actually, and oh yeah, this is actually a reference to a horror movie director or something like a horror movie guy or his last name is Browning, and that's the last names of the kids that Jacqueline meets. Rolanda and Eli Browning. Yeah, that's the last name of the main character, Final Destination. So nothing really important. Just want to point it out. Just saying. And that's all I can say about The Snowman. Definitely a really good book. The only issue I have is the Star Wars reference is a bit cheesy. I'm just saying. Not saying it's terrible. Just kind of weird. A bit. The ending is kind of okay, I guess. That's all I can say. And that's all I can say for this book. There's literally no issues besides those that. And on the whole, I have no problems with this book. It's definitely a 9.5 out of 10. This is definitely on my top 20 favorite Goosebumps books of all time. One of my favorites. I recommend this to anyone of you who really like Snowman. And in terms of being better of Abominable Snowman Pasadena or this one, I prefer this one over Abominable Snowman Pasadena. I actually used to say that book was actually better than this one, but reading this, yeah, this is much better than Pasadena. So, thanks for watching this video, guys, and see you next time.